Good day, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Government in Public Service. Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Remember, news, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and actual factual reportage is a driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. Let's go through the highlights of today's reports. The headlines: National Population Nigerian Census to be conducted in 2025. MPC Healthcare NAFDAC seizes 300 million worth of fake drugs. Partnership Nigeria to become net exporter to China. On tourism, Phoenix Court set Ekpa's trial May 2025. We take a short break, and when we return, we go straight to the details. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now we dive into the details for today. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has said his government will continue to partner quantity surveyors in executing infrastructure projects in the state. Fubara gave the assurance when he received in audience the national executive of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors led by its president, Kene Nzekwe, at Government House, Port Harcourt on Thursday. The visit came on the sidelines of the Institute's annual general meeting tagged Garden City 2024 and a national conference with the theme Strengthening the Quantity Surveying Practices and Processes for Growth and Sustainability in a Turbulent Economy. This was contained in a statement issued on Friday by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Nelson Chukwudi. The governor also stated that his administration will ensure that a large number of surveyors in the state civil service get the requisite certifications to enable them to discharge their duties effectively and complete favorably with their peers anywhere in the country and the world. He commended the leadership and members of the Institute for their quality services to the state and the nation, while urging them to continue to exhibit a high level of professionalism and a good ethical conduct in the discharge of their confidence in the industry. Fubara said that the government will always apply due diligence and engage professionals in the execution of projects, adding that with strict adherence to due processes, the state has recorded minimal failed projects. The Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, DEC, has empowered 200 beneficiaries of its Skill Academic Program by providing them with starter packs worth millions of naira and 500,000 naira seed funding each to kickstart their businesses. Additionally, 500 women from the DESOPADEC mandate areas received 100,000 naira grants to support their economic ventures. The 5th edition of this empowerment initiative was launched in Eforo within the Uweri local government area of Delta State. Before the presentation, beneficiaries received guidance from Pastor Afolabi Adun and Dr. Charles Akpoki on running their businesses effectively, profitably, and sustainably. The speakers, drawing on their extensive experience, imparted essential principles and ethics that have been instrumental in their respective fields. Governor Sharif Ovevory, represented at the event by the Chief of Staff, Delta State Government, Honorable Prince Johnson Erijo emphasized that the program aligns with his administration's dedication to youth empowerment and sustainable development in oil-producing communities. Edo State government on Friday lifted the suspension imposed on the state security outfit and renamed it Edo State Security Corps. The state security outfit, which was known as Edo State Security Network, was banned by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Agbetokun, in September before the governorship election in the state. The decision to lift the suspension was contained in a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Fred Itwa, on Friday. The statement added the decision made by the Governor, Senator Monday Okpebolo, marks a comprehensive shift in the state's quest for enhanced safety and security. The suspension, which was initiated by the Inspector General of Police ahead of the September 21st, 2024 gubernatorial election, was based on the constitutional stipulation that election security is the sole responsibility of the Nigerian police force, assisted by other sister agencies within the interagency council. Has arrested 3 suspects, including a banker, for allegedly conspiring to defraud a customer of 4 million naira through identity theft. The suspect, identified as Udulaka Okudili Ifeanyi Nnamani, a former bank employee, and Philip Ozogu, a national identification number enrollment agent, were apprehended on October 18, 2024. In a statement on Friday, the command spokesperson, DSP Daniel Indukwe, disclosed that the suspect used the identity of an Austria-based Nigerian, Mba Ndukwe, to perpetrate the fraud. According to the statement, Okudili admitted to finding a bag containing various personal items, including SIM cards, at Noah's Junction, Trans-Ekulu, Enugu, in October 2023. In January 2024, Okudili inserted an Airtel SIM card from the bag into his phone and received a substantial credit alert. This prompted him and others still at large to begin withdrawing funds from the victim's account. Using USSD banking codes, the statement said. The statement further added that by September 2024, when Okudili, who had worked at the bank for 17 years, mixed developments came and Labour City. This was disclosed on Thursday by the General Manager, New Towns Development Authority, held at Ekpe Resort in Ekpe Local Government Area, Lagos. The General Manager, who sought the cooperation of the residents, said the stakeholders' meeting was convened to sensitize and solicit address major concerns, and this became necessary environment to mitigate the negative impact of mass emigration, JAKPA. Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, LCCI president, said this during LCCI 2024 secondary school essay competition and prize-giving ceremony held on Thursday in Lagos. Idahosa said that the scale and intensity of JAKPA in recent years posed a serious challenge with critical questions about its impact on the Nigerian economy that must be examined. What are the costs and how does it affect industries, human capital, social services, and ultimately the future we are building for the next generation, he queried. Statistics reveal that between 2020 and 2023 alone, Nigeria experienced a staggering increase in immigration, particularly among young professionals and recent graduates. The World Bank estimated that over 900,000 Nigerians migrated abroad during this period, with top destinations being Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Europe. Several factors drive this trend, including the search for better employment, educational opportunities, improved health care, perceived quality of life abroad, and safety, he said. It also said that this outflow of talent, skills, and innovation had created gaps in key sectors such as healthcare, education. He cited the Nigerian Medical Association report stating that Nigerian doctors left the country. United Kingdom has gained 40 in 2024 for visa application from Nigerians alone. Bodi, Ibadan, the state capital. The governor, who donated 2 patrol vehicles to the command, commended the NSCDC for being a pillar of support to the security architecture of Oyo State. His statements were contained in a release issued on Thursday by his special advisor media, Sulaiman Olarewaju. Makinde said the corps has been complementing the government's efforts in making the state one of the safest in the country, despite the security challenges experienced across the nation. The governor also acknowledged the important role the NSCDC has been playing in protecting the country's oil assets, while, according to him, are the most critical national economic assets of Nigeria. Makinde said, "I want to specially welcome you, the Commandant General of the Civil Defense Corps, and your team to Oyo State. Let me also specially recognize the Oyo State Commandant of the Civil Defense, who is also a member of the Oyo State Security Council, and I want to say it publicly that he is a valuable member of the council." Oyo State Anti-Corruption Agency on Thursday said the agency would partner with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria to stamp out corruption in the state. This was made known by the chairman of the agency, Justice Eni Esan, retired, while receiving the pioneer chairman of Legulu and District Society of ICANN, Omokemi Oladipo, in her office in Ibadan, the state capital. Of our investigators, on your quest for collaboration, I want to assure you that we will not hesitate to partner with your body, particularly in the area of building capacity of your workforce. This will start further collaborations as may be expedient. Earlier, Oladipo commended the achievement of Oyaka under the leadership of Justice Essen, retired, adding that the collaboration among OECA, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission must be adopted by other anti-graft agencies in the country to achieve success. She mentioned the areas of possible collaboration with OECA to include joint training workshops on ethical practices and anti-corruption measures for accountants and workers in the state. Present at the meeting was a member of the OECA board, who is also a member of the society, Oyabade Oyedepo, the executive secretary of Oyaka, Ibrahim Tijani, the director of ICT, Folashade Ajibade, the director of finance and accounts, Adi Aziz Tajuddin, and the director of administration and supplies, Wasiu Alimi. Osun State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC has faulted the achievements of Governor Ademola Adeleke in the last 2 years, contending that his administration had taken the state back to the primitive age through dismissal performance. Director of Media and Information of the opposition party, Kola Olabisi, during a media briefing in Osogbo yesterday, contended that even though there seems to be a government in Osun State on paper, in reality and in the truest sense of the word, there has been an absence of government in the last 2 years. The party urged members of the public not to be swayed or misled by the bogus performance record achievements ruled out by the governor. Meanwhile, the Osun State chapter of the New People's Party, NNPP, has vowed to unseat Adeleke in the 2026 governorship election, drawing criticism from the PDP. The NNPP made its intention known during the inauguration of his offices in Woripe and Ifelodun local government yesterday. But reacting to NNPP's statements, the Osun PDP as mere rhetoric, asserting that Adeleke's achievements will secure his re-election. The PDP's director of media and publicity, Oladele Bamiji, said the NNPP's assertions are baseless and driven by the need to please their sponsors. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has urged Nigerian youth to stay clear of crime and instead focus on leveraging the opportunities in the technology and creative sectors to build successful careers. The governor made a creative industry and technology conference held on Thursday at the June 12 Cultural Center, Abeokuta. At the event, which featured notable personalities like veteran filmmaker Tunde Kilani, comedian Ali Baba, and media personality Derenle Edun, Abiodun announced plans to empower 2,360 youths in Ogun State through specialized training in creative and technology industries. Speaking through his special assistant on youth development and technology for innovation, that is Obania Ike, who also convened the conference, Abiodun emphasized the need for young Nigerians to harness their creative potential for economic growth and innovation, decrying the rising involvement of youth in criminal activities, Abiodun described the trend as a ticking time bomb. He stressed that his administration is committed to youth empowerment as a solution to the crisis, particularly through investments in information technology and skills development. He stated, the creative industry in Ogun State is the bedrock of creativity and innovation in Nigeria. The Taraba State government has intensified its efforts to protect public health by campaigning to eradicate normal disease, a devastating illness known as the face of poverty. The program, which was inaugurated in Jalingo, underscores the state's commitment to addressing the plight of vulnerable children affected by the neglected tropical disease. Speaking at the launch, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Bodia Buma, noted Taraba's leading role in tackling Noma. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Harmony Chufo, Dr. Buma noted that Taraba is one of the first states in Nigeria to officially include Noma in its list of NTD at the state level. Dr. Buma urged development partners, health organizations, and individuals to collaborate with the government to ensure the complete eradication of Noma and other NTDs in the state. On his part, the Executive Secretary of the Taraba State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Tsukura Nuhu Nyingwa, explained that Noma, often referred to as the face of poverty, primarily affects malnourished children aged 2 to 6 in impoverished and rural areas. The disease, according to him, has a staggering mortality rate of 85 to 90% and leaves survivors with severe facial disfigurement and other complications. The World Health Organization has observed by The Guardian recently recognized Noma as the 21st neglected tropical disease, a move that experts say underscores the urgency of addressing its devastating impact. Remember that we are open for advert placements, news and event coverage, personality, society, and political interviews, product, service promotion, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network on Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. We're on Twitter on Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll dive right into the rest of the stories. Please stay with us. Yeah. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Now the rest of the stories. Adamawa State Government, in partnership with the Debbie Kwana Foundation, has inaugurated the first ever digital empowerment hub designed to benefit persons with disability in Micha and Madagali local government areas of the state. The hub, part of a post-insurgency strategy driven by the Nigerian Humanitarian Fund in collaboration with UN Women, aims to provide access to information technology for marginalized groups, particularly women and girls with disabilities, fostering their full participation and equality in society. Speaking at the inauguration held on Thursday in Shua, Madagali and Mishika Central, Governor Amadu Fitiri, represented by Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Nedo Kofuto, highlighted the importance of the initiative. This digital hub will help bridge the IT gap experienced by marginalized groups in the state. Kofuto stated, emphasizing the government's commitment to supporting local and international development partners. Kofuto commended the Debbie Kwana Foundation for securing the grant that facilitated the establishment of the IT infrastructure and acknowledged the administration's ongoing support for similar projects aimed at empowering vulnerable communities. The socio-economic officer of the foundation, Chimda Musa, noted that the hub was made possible through funding from NHF and a collaborative partnership with UN Women aimed at promoting socio-economic inclusion for underdeserved communities. Meanwhile, the executive director of the Debbie Kwana Foundation, Deborah Buboa, described the hub as a multi-purpose facility primarily designed for persons with disability, but also serving as a center for various online registrations, including JAMB and WAEC, thanks to its 24-hour solar-powered lightning system. Jigawa State College of Education has commenced payment of the outstanding allowances of its casual workers. ATN learned that the payment, which has already started in earnest, was at the instance of the state governor Malam Umar Namadi's approval of over 17 million naira for that purpose. According to the registrar of the college, Mr. Bala Ishaku, in a statement made available to newsmen on Monday, a copy from which ATN confirmed that the total sum of 17,208,000 naira has been paid to 203 successfully screened casual workers through online payments via UBA Bank. Our correspondents report that the payment, which commenced on Friday, October 22nd, 2024, followed a screening exercise conducted by the management staff under the supervision of the college council members. The registrar explained via the statement that the exercise was necessary to verify the eligibility of the casual workers for the payment. Meanwhile, the provost of the college, Professor Noura Mohammed Ringem, has expressed gratitude to Namadi for his dedication at improving the education sector and prioritizing workers' welfare. The governor's commitment to addressing these long-standing issues is a testament to his passion for transforming education and enhancing the well-being of workers in Jigawa State, Professor Ringem remarked. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, has said the federal government will soon commence the regulation and licensing of players in the space ecosystem for more revenue generation. Naji said this at the inauguration of the Advanced Unmanned Aerial Vehicles Laboratory of the National Space Research and Development Agency in Abuja on Thursday. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the inauguration of the laboratory was part of the activities to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Nigeria in space. Naji stated that there were lots of illegalities in the oil and gas sector, which satellite technology could dictate and address. Naji said very soon we will start regulating and licensing the space sector, the upstream, mainstream and upstream. It is a major achievement and it is happening under President Bola Tinubu's administration. It further said, with the application of our unmanned aerial vehicles, we are going to use it to monitor pipeline leakages, pipeline vandalism, and beef up our revenue by monitoring the way ships come into the country. When some of these ships come in, they off their ignition, and more than 80% of ships coming into Nigerian ports don't pay. They don't pay bunker fees. They off their ignition. We can't monitor some of these things when we don't have satellites. But with satellites, we can see all those things and even boost agricultural activities. With our satellites, we can monitor Earth's movement, and all this are part of the small benefits of satellite technology. National Youth Service Corps has announced that change of name will no longer be a requirement for married female corps members seeking redeployment. This is contained in a circular signed by the Services Director, Corps Mobilization, Abubakar Mohammed, and signed to Directors AG, Director State and Federal Capital Territory, FCT coordinators. The circular dated November 25, 2024, titled Review of Criteria for Consensual Deployment / Relocation for Married Female corps members, revealed that the management has approved the review of criteria for the approval of consensual deployment / relocation of female corps members. Pardon me, please. It stated that the state coordinators are to henceforth be informed that changing a maiden name to that of a spouse is no longer a requirement for the approval of such requests by married female corps members. Our requirements remain as they were. It's maintained that the state / FCT coordinators are to ensure strict compliance with the directives, and directors' area offices are to monitor the implementation. Senate on Thursday received President Bola Tinubu's letter requesting for confirmation of 4 nominees as members of the Police Service Commission. The nominees are a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Buba Regime, retired Supreme Court Justice Adamu Galumje, Christine Dabub, and Abdul Fattah Mohammed. Tinubu, in the letter read by the Senate President Godswill Okpabio during plenary, said, in accordance with the provisions of Section 154 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I'm pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of the underlisted 4 nominees as members of the Police Service Commission. While it is my hope that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominees in the usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration and personal regards. In another letter of request, Tinubu sought for the confirmation of the appointment of 3 nominees as members of the governing board of the Code of Conduct Bureau. The nominees are Fatai Ibikunle, Kennedy Ikpeme, and Justice Ibrahim Buba. The letter read, in accordance with the provision of Sections 154 and Paragraph 1A and B of Part 1 to the 3rd schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I'm pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of underlisted 3 nominees as members of the Code of Conduct Bureau. Senate on Thursday held a valedictory session in honor of former Senate President Joseph Wise, who presided over the Red Chambers in the Second Republic. This session came 3 years after Wire's death on November 30, 2021 at the age of 80. During the session, senators paid glowing tributes to Wires, who represented the Calabar Senatorial District and served as the Senate President under the National Party of Nigeria from 1979 to 1983. His leadership and contributions to democracy were praised as exemplary. In a motion presented by the Senate leader, Okpayemi Bamidele, APC Ekiti Central, the chamber resolved to actively participate in Wires' burial arrangements and send a condolence message to his family, constituents, and the government of Cross River State. The Senate also observed the minute of silence in his memory. Bamidele highlighted Wires' life and legacy, noting his significant contributions to Nigerian political and constitutional development. Born in 1914 in Basang, Cross River State, Wires was educated in Nigeria, the United Kingdom, and the United States, with a career spanning public service, and politics. He served as Commissioner for Transport in the former southeastern state before his election to the Senate. As Senate President, Wise was instrumental in legislative activities during the Second Republic and played key roles in political reforms and constitutional development, including his role as Deputy Chairman of the 1994-1995 National Constitutional Conference Commission. Following the tributes, the Senate suspended other legislative items on the order paper, including discussions on the 2024 to 2026 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper to fully honor the late senator. House of Representatives on Thursday confirmed Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede as the substantive Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army. This confirmation followed Oluyede's screening by the House Joint Committee on Defense and Army on Wednesday. The committee's report was presented during Thursday's plenary by its chairman, Babajimi Benson, who urged the House to approve Oluyede's appointment. While presenting the report, Benson, representing Ikorodu Federal Constituency, stated, "We reviewed his CV and questioned him on various issues, including interagency, synergy, and civilian-military relationships. Our observation is that General Olufemi Oluyede is fit and proper for the position, having given an excellent account of himself during the screening." Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the session, highlighted the committee's findings before calling for a vote. The committee carefully and thoroughly engaged with the nominee and was satisfied with his academic and professional qualifications, conduct, experience, and performance. General Oluyede demonstrated extensive knowledge of military strategies and tactics during his acting capacity. The report also detailed Oluyede's vast military experience, noting his exposure to critical war zones and his expertise in negotiation and strategic security. During the screening, Oluyede's pledged to apply his experience to address Nigerian security challenges, particularly in combating terrorism, insurgency, and banditry. Other areas accessed during the screening included his plans for military funding, the welfare of soldiers, equipment upgrades, recruitment, training, accountability, and media relations. House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the 1999 Constitution will hold a national dialogue on local government autonomy on Monday, December 2nd, 2024. The Deputy Speaker of the House and Chairman of the committee, Benjamin Kalu, disclosed this on Thursday while chairing a brief meeting of the panel at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. The Deputy Speaker, who represents Bende Federal Constituency, Abia State, stated that the national dialogue aims to consolidate ideas for a robust discourse on the independence of local government administration in Nigeria. He said, "Distinguished colleagues, I would like to remind us of the incoming national dialogue on local government and constitution amendments, scheduled to be held on Monday, December 2nd, 2024 in Abuja. This event is a vital platform to consolidate ideas and strategies for achieving a robust local government framework, which is critical to our constitutional review efforts. In addition, other engagements that we will be having include public engagement on tax reforms as it concerns the constitution amendment and a public engagement with political parties." He said, "As we continue in this historic undertaking, let us remain guided by our shared commitment to strengthening our democracy, deepening our federal structure, and fostering unity and prosperity for all Nigerians." Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has said the federal government is determined to empower youths through science, technology, and other disciplines. He spoke yesterday in Ikere, Ekiti, during the commissioning of the Senate building of Bamidele Olimulua University of Education, Science, and Technology, Ikere, Ekiti, Ekiti State. Alausa said the importance of prioritizing science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences, STEM, education in the development of the country cannot be overemphasized. He said our nation's growth and competitive advantage lie in how well we prepare our youth to navigate the demands of the 21st century. It is through STEM education that we can equip our students with critical thinking skills, innovative capacities, and the confidence to excel in a fast-evolving global economy. This administration is resolute in its belief that quality education driven by robust STEM programs will fuel national development, close existing gaps, and ensure that Nigeria is not left behind in the march of progress in the 21st century. Remaining states yet to implement the 70,000 minimum wage for workers are making last-minute moves to ensure the Nigerian Labour Congress does not embark on strike on Monday, December 1st. ATN has learned that the states yet to approve the monthly wage are Katsina, Cross River, and Zamfara, although the Imo State government sanctioned the implementation of the 70,000 naira minimum wage on Tuesday. It means 33 states and the Federal Capital Territory have now complied with the 2024 National Minimum Wage Act. Many states agreed to pay above the 70,000 starting point, with Lagos and Rivers offering the highest pay with 85,000 naira. Lagos also announced that its workers could smile to the bank with up to 100,000 naira monthly from the first quarter of 2025. Workers in Akwa Ibom, Enugu, Oyo, and Niger will earn 80,000, while Delta and Ogun States approve 77,000 naira. Ebonyi, Oshu, Kebbi, and Delta States approve 75,000. Ondo 73,000, Kogi and Kaduna 72,000, Kano and Gombe 71,000. Abia, Adamawa, Anambra, Jigawa, Borno, Edo, Kwara, Nasarawa, Taraba, Ekiti, Bauchi, Yobe, Imo, and Plateau States, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, are settled for 70,000 naira. But despite the NLC's warning, Theo, Katsina, Zamfara, and Cross River have yet to implement the new wage, which could lead to a shutdown of activities in the affected states from Monday. Chairman of the National Population Commission, MPC Nasera Isa Kwara, has announced that Nigerians' long overdue national census will finally be conducted in 2025. Kwara made this disclosure on Thursday in Abuja at the 2024 anniversary of Nairobi Summit on the International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD. He emphasized that the delay in conducting the census has hindered Nigeria's ability to effectively access population needs and allocate resources, particularly in rural and undeserved areas. This gap in accurate population data poses challenges in tailoring reproductive health services and interventions to specific demographic groups, ultimately undermining progress towards reducing maternal mortality and improving access to family planning, Kwara stated. Nigeria last conducted a population census in 2006, despite the United Nations' recommendation for countries to hold one every 10 years. The exercise, originally scheduled for 2023, was postponed twice under former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration and later opted to allow the incoming government to oversee the process. General Counsel of the World Trade Organization has reappointed Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala for a second term as its Director General. Her new 4-year tenure is set to begin on September 1st, 2025. In a statement issued on Friday by the organization, Okonjo-Iweala expressed gratitude to the WTO's 166 member nations for their continued trust and support. I am deeply honored by the trust and support of the WTO General Council and its 166 members. It is a privilege to continue serving as the Director General for a second 4-year term. She remarked, in recent years, the WTO has played a vital role in helping members navigate pressing global challenges, including the pandemic, conflict, and heightened geopolitical tensions. I commend members for their hard work and determination in achieving progress despite unprecedented levels of uncertainty and rapid economic shifts. Okonjo-Iweala pledged to continue championing trade as a driver of economic growth and resilience while reinforcing the multilateral training system. As we look ahead, I remain firmly committed to delivering results that matter, results that ultimately improve the lives of people around the world. By promoting trade as a driver of economic growth and resilience, the WTO will continue to provide a collaborative platform for members to address shared global challenges. Not Now we're open for advert placement, news and event coverage, personality, society, and political interviews.